The snow fell softly on Boulder, Colorado on December 26, 1996. A stark contrast to the horror that had unfolded inside the Ramsey family home. 6-year-old JonBenét Ramsey, a beauty queen with a bright smile, was gone. Her tiny body was found lifeless in the cold basement. Patsy Ramsey, JonBenét's mother, had made a frantic call to 911 that morning. A ransom note left behind demanded $118,000. John Ramsey found JonBenét in the basement. She was gone. The news spread like wildfire through Boulder and beyond, a chilling mystery that would captivate the nation for years to come. The ransom note, left on the back staircase of the Ramsey home, became a central piece of the puzzle. Written on a notepad from the house, it was unusually long and filled with dramatic language. The writer, claiming to be a small foreign faction, threatened to harm JonBenét if their demands were not met. The note's authenticity was immediately questioned. Handwriting experts debated whether it belonged to Patsy Ramsey, fueling speculation about the family's involvement. The specific amount of money demanded, $118,000, was eerily close to John Ramsey's recent bonus. The length of the note, the unusual language, and the specific financial demand all raised red flags for investigators. Was this a genuine plea from a desperate kidnapper, or a carefully crafted fabrication intended to mislead the police? The answer, it seemed, held the key to unlocking the truth behind JonBenét's death. The investigation into JonBenét's death began immediately, a race against time to find her killer. Detectives descended upon the Ramsey home, their every move scrutinized by a public hungry for answers. The crime scene, however, presented more questions than answers. There were no signs of forced entry, suggesting the perpetrator was either known to the family or had somehow gained access undetected. The ransom note, the lack of obvious entry, and the staged appearance of the scene led investigators to consider a horrifying possibility. Could the killer be someone JonBenét knew and trusted? As days turned into weeks, the investigation intensified. The Ramseys, once the picture of a perfect family, were now the focus of intense scrutiny. John, the successful businessman, and Patsy, the former beauty queen, found themselves at the center of a media storm, their lives turned upside down. The investigation into JonBenét's death was a complex tapestry of forensic evidence, witness statements, and circumstantial clues. Each piece, meticulously analyzed, offered a glimpse into the events of that fateful night, yet the full picture remained frustratingly elusive. A paintbrush found near JonBenét's body was determined to be from Patsy Ramsey's art supplies. A broken basement window, initially considered a possible entry point, was ruled out as the glass was covered in undisturbed cobwebs. These seemingly insignificant details added to the growing list of unanswered questions. DNA evidence, a cornerstone of modern forensic science, provided both hope and frustration. A trace amount of male DNA found on JonBenét's clothing did not match any members of the Ramsey family. This unidentified DNA became a beacon of hope, a potential link to the killer. However, despite years of searching, no match was ever found. Suspicion hung heavy over the Ramsey family. The lack of forced entry, the unusual ransom note, and the seemingly staged crime scene fueled speculation. Public opinion, swayed by media coverage, turned against the Ramseys. John and Patsy endured relentless questioning, maintaining their innocence. Their grief, often interpreted as guilt, did little to sway public opinion. The media painted them as villains, their lives dissected. The pressure on the investigation mounted. A grand jury was convened, but adjourned without indicting anyone. The unsolved case of JonBenét Ramsey. The unsolved murder of JonBenét Ramsey remains one of the most perplexing cold cases in American history. The investigation, plagued by early missteps and fueled by intense media scrutiny, failed to bring closure to a grieving family and a community forever changed by tragedy. Over the years, numerous theories have emerged, each attempting to explain the events of that December night. Some believe an intruder entered the home, while others point to evidence suggesting the killer was someone JonBenét knew. Despite advances in forensic technology and countless hours of investigation, the truth remains elusive. The case of JonBenét Ramsey serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of criminal investigations and the limitations of justice. It is a story of a life cut short, a family forever haunted by loss, and a mystery that continues to captivate and perplex us all.